Our UAB gets packed up in an hour. So because I spent so much time searching all the Facebook groups and for lists on what to pack in the UAB, I thought I would show you what we are taking in ours. If you're kind of new to the military or doing an overseas move, a UAB is essentially what you can take. It's unaccompanied baggage, and it's what you can take ahead of your household goods. So we have set aside all of this and then a whole bunch of stuff in the kitchen. It's what you can have before your HHG or your household goods arrive. And it's basically what you need for the first couple weeks. In our case, Korea is going to be a difference of 2 months of when we get those shipments. So let me break it all down for you. So with this PCS to Korea, we have 3 shipments, 3 times that the movers are going to be coming. Because we're only allowed to take half our weight allowance, we have half of our weight allowance, which for our big family and my husband's rank, it's 7,000 pounds. So we get 7,000 pounds that can go to Korea, but that 7,000 pounds can be broken up into 2 ways. One is the HHG, which if you've done a military PCS, you know that term, it's household goods, and the movers come all your stuff, right? But with an overseas move, you get an option of doing a UAB, unaccompanied baggage, and that is gonna go slightly ahead, depending on your overseas assignment and depending on where you are going to Korea from, will depend on how fast that's gonna get to you. For us, we're coming from Hawaii. It's a little bit more remote and it'll be a little slower, but it is still supposed to get there 2 months before our HHG is going. So the thing though is with UAB, it's only allowed to be 1,000 pounds. So we're gonna have about 1,000 pounds in UAB, 6,000 pounds in HHG. The third shipment is temporary storage, and that's the rest of our weight allowance. And for this move, we decided to just sell a lot of our stuff and donate a lot of our stuff. So I have no idea what our weight allowance on the temporary storage will actually be, but we'll talk about that in a different video when all of that happens. And I'll share what the weight ends up being. For now, let's go over the UAB. So here's how I did it. We also have our luggage on the plane with us. I called the airline that we are going with. We are allowed 5 pieces of luggage that weigh just under 100 pounds each per person. So we're a family of 7. That means we technically could take 35 pieces of luggage. We're not going to do that. We have 8 suitcases, and then we will take some of the 27-gallon buckets with black with yellow lids. We'll take some of those, and we will have things like what's on this table. This is my on the plane with us table. We'll keep this here in the house with us as the house is emptied out. It'll be in the hotel with us. It's going on the plane with us. Here's how I kind of went through the process. I was thinking, what are the bare minimums that if I'm going to be without my stuff for 2, maybe longer months, what are the bare minimums? No, I'm not going to take my KitchenAid. We're not going to be baking, but if I have some cookie sheets and stuff, we can make bare minimum things. And then I wanted most of my kitchen in my UAB because cooking and eating a home cooked meal makes things feel at home faster. And logistically, it's just much easier to care for a family when we can cook and eat at home easier. So how I did it is I went through the kitchen and I picked out bare minimums. I really like to do protein shakes and my kids like smoothies. So we're taking our NutriBullet, a big Pyrex. It's just a little bit bigger than 9x13, and then an 8x8 Pyrex. A griddle is absolutely mandatory, especially with a big family. We can do French toast, grilled cheese. We can make pancakes really easy. We can cook a whole bunch of chicken or fish, or lots of things can be cooked on the griddle. I have a big deep pan, a normal pan, and then 2 just a normal saucepan. Then we have a smaller frying pan and a colander, so we can do pasta real easy. Okay, oven mitts, whole knife set. I have 1 lid And I purposely chose not a glass lid so that this is gonna fit all of them. If even like my saucepan, if I need it to be closed, I'll just be able to set it down and it'll be. This is all little things. I've got a 1-year-old, so reusable pouches and little plates and stuff. Cutting boards, muffin tins, cooling racks, 2 cookie sheets, Instapot, and then my kids' recipe book. I'm purposely bringing this because I think this will be a fun activity for them to do as we're adjusting. And this is our like family recipe book. Measuring cups, spatula, tongs, whisk, also called these spatulas, right? Slotted spoon, not slotted spoon, another spatula, mixing spoon, peeler, pizza cutter, can opener. Don't forget the can openers. Measuring spoons, and I only did, for the measuring cups, I only did 1/4, 1/3, half, and cup. I only did teaspoon, half a tablespoon, and a tablespoon. Will I be measuring out half a teaspoon? Yeah, but I can just, whatever. 1 liquid measuring cup, 2 just kind of mixing spoons. This set of mixing bowls, and I'm bringing all of them because, sorry, that's loud. I'm bringing all of them because they just all fit in together. That's all of the kitchen stuff that's coming on the plane with us. With picking what was going in the UAB, it was kind of hard for me to conceptualize 1,000 pounds. I did not feel like weighing everything. I'm having a hard time conceptualizing like what is 1,000 pounds. So in this closet, we emptied it all out, and this became our what do you want in the UAB closet. I let my girls pick a few things, and then we chose some things. So I'm gonna have the packers pack this up first and then move over to the kitchen and add in whatever they can. And if we come close to weight, then I'll decide some things and the rest will just go to the HHG. So again, with UAB, I'm thinking logistically, what makes things more comfortable while we are waiting for our HHG? First thing I was thinking about was my kids. Like, what is going to make things feel more comfortable? So we have some stuffed animals, soft little throw blankets. Here we just put a whole bunch of games. We have some games that will be with us while the house is empty and in the hotel and in the plane. These are just fun games that we'll be able to play. We'll be able to invite neighbors and quickly make friends, and that will be great. Okay, my kids kind of made this chaotic, but they put a few things. My older preteens and teenagers put some things from their room that they want. There's some squishmallows, a volleyball, a jewelry box, some rollerblades. We have, this is what we normally use for our high chair. So it like clicks into the table. So that will be in there. We have a more portable one that will be with us in the plane, and then ice cream maker. And then there's this box that is something really fun that my husband bought for the kids. And I, for the life of me right now, cannot remember what it is. But I remember, like, he talked to me about it, and it's going to be really fun for the kids. I can't remember. Now I'll go show you what's in the kitchen. The priority, there are 2 tables. Again, conceptualizing weight was kind of hard for me, so the priority will actually be this table. This is the rest of the pots and pans, what's it called, emulsifier, some other of the utensils and spoons. These I normally put my flour on, this chopper, Dutch oven, blender, a waffle maker, and the KitchenAid I want because I think it will be fun to have yummy things, right? This is an organizer for all of my like muffin pans and cookie sheets. I like to make bread, so bread pans, hand mixer. If all of that fits in, there's more room, then we'll go to this table. We have more Pyrex, all our dishware, and some cups, cheese grater, rolling pin, homemade popcorn maker, measuring cups, silverware, all our silverware, dish towels, popcorn bowl holders from Disney Tokyo. More bread pans, chopsticks.
Of course, the UAB movers were late, and with each passing minute, my husband and I's nerves got all amped up, and we just kept adding things like outdoor games, a box from my husband's office, magnet tiles, Legos, and 2 tubs of Pro Gear. Hopefully it all makes it to Korea. Is there something I missed that you would pack?